Dad was working out at Grand Coulee. He come home for Christmas, and he got home. Somebody wanted a old sow bread, so we got this old boar hog, and it was already about 18 inches of snow on the ground. We put this old hog in an old hog crate, pushed it up in the sleigh, and started jogging off down to neighbors. It started to snow, fresh snow. By the time we got down there, why, people invited us in for apple pie, and we come back out, and that snow was probably 10, 12 inches deep on the new snow. And so we started jogging on home, and by the time we got home, the darn stuff was up to your knees. So we went out and milked. We come out, and it's still snowing and snowing and snowing, and we went to bed. Next morning I gets up, and I had this big old police dog named Kazan. He's laying on the porch, and so I whistle, and he jumps up, and he leaped off the porch out there, and he completely disappeared in this darn snow. He made a big circle, and the snow was coming in a V shape, you know. Come in blowing snow out of his nose and everything. Well, I walked down, and the snow was going right down my shirt. Well, we went out and milked the cows and turned them loose, and they went down to the water hole of the lake here. The cows would go along and have their nose sticking up like that, and their tail sticking up like that, like a periscope. That's all you could see, just their nose and their tail going through that doggone snow. And it was still snowing. Well, about noon, it changed to rain, and about 3 or 4 hours, it settled this doggone heavy snow down to about 4 feet. Well, they figured it snowed, what, about 64 inches or something?
It's over 60 inches.
In less than 24 hours. And then it rained and settled it down, and all the barns and everything in the doggone country all caved in with snow. But anyway, Dad was home, and then this rain froze the crust. You could just about run a horse on the crust. And of course, the whole county up there didn't have anything that would move that snow. And so us kids stayed home from school about 30 days, I guess, before the state got up there to move where we go to school. And I remember Dad took 4 head of horses on that old Model A Ford, skidded out the state highway, and it was all them horses could do, 4 of them, to drag that thing through the snow, plunging and plunging, so he could go back to work at Grand Coulee. Bill should remember it just as good as me or better, because we have a whole bunch of horses for the Azurite gold mine. I think he had about 200 pigs. We was digging spuds out of pit to feed. There's milking about 30 head of cows, I think. But,
that was by hand, too.
By hand.
Yeah.
We dried the cows up. Pigs looked like razorbacks. Just a little while, he wasn't digging out enough feed. And so Dad called up old Azurite gold mine and told them to get their pack horses out of there. Well, I'd cut the fence with a haystack and turn it in there anyway. They wasn't digging no more hay out. They were digging it out themselves. That was really a winter. It kind of made the Navy seem like nothing, you know, compared to farming.
Yeah. That winter when it snowed so much, and it was Christmas time, and Dad didn't get home, and we were so worried about it, and we weren't going to have any Christmas. There wasn't any money for Christmas, you know, and until Dad got there and brought something with him, and there was a knock on the door, and there weren't any neighbors very close, but here was this old man Barnsley, an old bachelor that lived up on the hill above us. And he came in singing Merry Christmas, and he was drunker than a skunk, you know. And he had this big bag, a gunny sack full of stuff he'd brought us, oranges and a few toys and things like that, and dumped them on the floor, and he was so happy. And I remember Mom could hardly stand it until she got him out of the house. That man was drunk, and she didn't want him around her kids and everything. Besides, Dad wasn't home, and it was terrible to have that man come down there when Dad wasn't home. Poor old guy who just wanted to have a little bit of Merry Christmas. Scared Mom to death. That Kazan that he was talking about, that big police dog. Remember one summer when we had him there, I used to help Mom in the flower beds, and when it got hot one summer there, this old dog would lay in the flower bed. You know, it was cool there because we kept it irrigated and watered. And that old thing was laying in that flower bed that I'd worked so hard to weed and water and mashing all the flowers down, and I got a stick after him to get him out of there. Boy, he took after me like he was going to kill me. I was really afraid of that dog after that. He wasn't taking a stick from nobody.
Dee told me a story on the phone that I'd like to have him tell here tonight about when he was young and he went with the sheep herder. I had never heard it before, and I'd like to hear about it.
Well, I don't want to hog all of the camera time here. But,
we got it last year. Go ahead.